What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back. Today we are taking a look at yet another brand new release from Joy Toy. This time the 4th Legion STINA figure. She comes in the 1/18 scale. Let's go over the packaging for you mint in box collectors. On the front of the box is a great picture of the STINA figure. If we look at the top of the box, it says Joy Toy on the top. Bottom of the box, it has Battle for the Stars, so this is part of the Battle for the Stars chapter. 4th Legion on this side, and on this side as well. If we look at the back of the box, there's some descriptive information regarding the actual product in the box. If we flip it around to the front, this is a flap which is held together by Velcro. And right out of the gate, you can see this wonderful picture of STINA in her action pose over here. And I apologize for the glare, but here's the actual figure with her helmet, gun, and looks like a new stand. This will make a great display piece as is, but you know me, let's open it up and see what's inside. Now that I laid everything out on the table, we can take a look at all the contents. She comes with a stand, an extra set of hands, an extra set of forearms, a knife, a pistol, 2 swords, a rifle, a blank head, and a helmet, and of course the figure itself. We'll go over the inserted pamphlet that it comes with. It has Battle for the Stars on top. We open it up. It's a really nice picture of the figure and all the included accessories she comes with. If we flip it over, it'll show you the disassembly example, and this is really nice to have in case you have to do any repairs to your figure or want to know how it breaks down. I think we'll go over the stand itself first. This is a fantastic addition, and I really like how Joy Toy is including these. Bring this in nice and close, and you can see the wonderful brick flooring with the black wash on it. An electrical box right there with some broken pipes and wires on the ground, and of course 2 foot pegs. On the back side there's nothing there, but this is really hefty. Really nice addition to the set. The next accessory included is a spare set of hands. Now these are gripping hands. They come in gray with the white on the back side. Nice detail on these. And if you look at the pin system, these are actually hinged to go up and down in this direction. Next up, we'll take a look at the rolled up sleeved forearms. Grab this one. And right out of the gate, you can see this one has a little bit of paint chip on it. Right there. But it also has a watch on this forearm. It's a nice addition though, in case you want a different look for your character. Alright, I think I'll grab the knife next. This has some wonderful detail on it with the silver serrated edge. And of course it has the black handle with nice details here as well. Let me grab the pistol next, and I apologize for my big fingers. We've seen this pistol before. Great looking detail. Now this is one solid color of almost a muted gray. And fantastic detail on this side. Next up, let me grab her rifle. And again, we've seen this rifle in the past. Look at all these wonderful attachments that they have on this. This is in the same gray as the actual pistol. It's got a little bit of white highlight on the side. The banana clip and foregrip. Of course, same on this side. Absolutely realistic looking rifle for 1/18 scale. And of course, let's take a look at her swords. Now, this is a brand new addition to any Joy Toy figure. The blades are actually gunmetal gray. Fantastic looking detail on these things. And of course the handles are black. And you'll notice on the bottom of this handle there's actually a peg and a hole. And basically these two just plug together like so. And now they join together and gives her a nice long weapon to use to fend off any of the enemy. Let me see if I can hold this in a way we can actually see the entire thing. There we go, like that. Absolutely fantastic detail on these. And again, these just pull apart like so, and now you have 2 individual swords. Next up, we'll take a look at her helmet. Yet again, we've seen this helmet with other sets, but this is actually painted with white and yellow with the breather mask on the bottom. Nice detail on the side with the yellow cords. Nice detail on top. On this side, it has a red hose and some red highlights. And with the different paint job on this thing, it really makes it look unique. And of course, she comes with this blank head. Not much detail here, or should I say paint on this. Now this is just so you can fit the actual helmet on the figure. And you take the head and you peg it on the figure and you put the helmet on the blank head. Let's look at the paint and sculpt of the figure itself. Bring her in nice and close. Fantastic looking head sculpt we have here with the silkscreen eyes. I really love the haircut they gave this figure. Nice and red and all the way around, and it actually looks like I'm missing a little bit of paint right there. She has a scarf that has some wash to it. I'm really liking this color blue for the chest armor with the yellow highlights. Coming down to the belt. Nice detail on her belt. Looking at her thighs, she has thigh armor on both right and left thighs. Dark gray knee pads. Same color blue shin guards. The top of her shoes are gray with some black highlights, and they even detailed the bottom of the boots. Coming around to this side, you can see the 04 on her left shoulder. Nice forearm guard. Lift this up so you can get a look at her belt. And there's the sheath for her knife. Really nice detail on the back of the body armor. Looks like she has some shells on her belt. Around this side, lift up her arm so you can see the yellow carabiner on her belt. There's the holster for her pistol and a couple extra clips. And back around the front. And while I have the figure in my hand, let's see if we can't get the pistol in the holster. This should just slide in and, yep, fits in there nice and snug. Let's do the same thing for her knife. Now this thing is pretty tiny and my fingers are rather large, so let's see if I can't get this in. Yep, it just slides in, nice and snug. No fear of that falling out. I'm really liking this figure, and this makes another great addition to my team. Next up, let's go over the weapons. I put each of the weapons in her hands to see how well she actually holds them. First weapon she has is the actual pistol, and you can see her finger is on the trigger. She's sighting down that really nicely, and let's see if she can pop off a few rounds. Not too bad at all. Let's see what she looks like with the rifle in her hand. She's sighting down this thing perfectly. Her hand's on the foregrip. Fingers on the trigger. Let's see what this thing can do. Yep, some serious damage can be done with this weapon. And lastly, for her swords, I swapped out the trigger finger hands and I put in the gripping hands. And as you see, she's holding onto this thing perfectly. She's holding onto the tiny knife in her left hand, and if I shake this, it's not going anywhere. These hands aren't gummy or anything. She's holding onto these weapons absolutely perfectly. And it's articulation time. I went ahead and taken off her scarf. You can see this is actually nice and pliable, so this just pops off really easily. And I did that so we can see a better range of motion for her head. You can see that her head actually moves left and right. She looks up really well. She tucks her chin in nice and tight. And this is on a dumbbell joint. Nice range of motion here for expressive poses. Coming down to the shoulder. Her arm only goes up about this far because of the shoulder guard, but this does rotate 360 degrees. And you can put her arm straight up if you need to. Coming down to the elbow. This rotates 360 degrees. She gets a really nice bend here beyond 90 degrees. Let's look at her wrist. Of course, this rotates 360 degrees. This wrist bends in this direction, whereas the other wrist actually bends in the up and down direction. And of course, that's to better hold her weapons and shoulder her rifles. She actually has a diaphragm joint, which is hidden by the body armor, and there's a ball joint at the waist, so she can move left and right. Great range of motion here, all the way around. Let's come down to her legs. She can do the splits this far. And she actually has a joint right here in the thigh, which rotates 360 degrees. She can Spartan kick forward this far.
This is Sparta!
And down to her knees. Double jointed knees right here. Fantastic motion there. Coming down to the feet. These are on a ball joint, so she get nice rocker movement. Point her toe down this far. Point her boot up this far, and of course she has that joint right here, so she can actually point her toe up even further. All the great articulation that we've come to know with these Joy Toy figures. Let's wrap up this video by doing some comparisons with other female figures I have in my collection. I think the first figure I'll bring in is, of course, another Joy Toy female. Stand her up right there. Let me grab a 50th anniversary Lady J figure. And we all know that Lady J is actually shorter than most figures. Let's bring in a Marauders figure, my custom Bomb Strike. And lastly, let me grab a Boss Fight Studios figure. Set her up right here if I can get her to stand. And this actually shows you the different heights across multiple lines in case you were wondering. This is going to conclude my review of the 4th Legion STINA figure from Joy Toy. My Battle for the Stars team is actually growing quite rapidly. From her brand new head sculpt, the color blue of her body armor, and we can't forget her swords. I really love how they actually plug together, or you can use them individually for ranged attacks. If you have the means, I'd say go ahead and add her to your collection. You will not be disappointed. And this just shows you how Joy Toy keeps improving on all their products. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you like what you see, join the community and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell for future notifications. And help a fellow collector out and share your knowledge.